At present in Dhaka, Bangladesh Fire Service and Civil Defense has 12 fire stations with approximately 400 firefighters and rescuers who have to cover 16 million people during living in the city. A study on the firefighting capacity of fire stations in Dhaka metropolitan area expresses such statistics. So there are graphs shown here that show the number of disasters and the type of disasters occurring mostly in Dhaka, and the statistics were derived from the Bangladesh firefighting official website. According to the data, we can see that most of the disasters are due to fire and road accidents. These types of accidents demand fire rescue vehicles dispatched along with ambulances. And first, travel to site is vital in these circumstances, and this provides the importance of better road infrastructure in case of disasters. Right. We're going to show here another table. The table below shows a detailed breakdown of the types of fires usually occurring in the city. And as we can see from the data, domestic fires are the most occurring types. This proves that the vulnerability of residential buildings is comparatively higher than the others. And especially because residential buildings usually lack firefighting tools compared to other buildings such as commercial buildings or institutional buildings, which usually have firefighting mechanisms installed such as hoses and fire alarms, etc. So it is very vital to keep provisions for fire vehicles entry on secondary and tertiary roads, as well as a precaution for roads leading up to residential buildings or areas. In Bangladesh, we do not really have any sort of standards in terms of the average coverage area for the average population when it comes to fire rescue. But there is one in Hyderabad that we can relate to, as the context of the city is almost similar to that of the one we have here in Dhaka. So according to the Hyderabad guidelines, there should be at least one fire station or substation for a population of 0.2 million people within 1 to 3 kilometers. But the capacity of the DMA exceeds by 4 times this standard. So on average, the coverage area per station is 25.17 square kilometers, serving a population of 0.742 million. We have a table here that shows the coverage area and serving population per station of different cities. Like we have Oklahoma City over here, where the average area or coverage square kilometers per station is 44.81, and the average population per station is 14.952. We have similar statistics for Delhi, Bangkok, and Dhaka, but we can see here that the poorest value can be seen here in Dhaka according to BBS 2011, where the average coverage area per station is 25.17 square kilometers, and the average population per station is 7,42,170. It's quite huge. So this table shows the coverage of different countries around the world. Yeah, but the response time during disasters is vital for rescue. So we also do not have national standards for response times. So according to the National Fire Protection Association, NFPA standard, the first firefighting vehicle is supposed to arrive at a fire incident within 4 minutes or less, and the full assignment team is required to arrive within 8 minutes or less. But the BFSCD, that's the one in Bangladesh, has set their minimum response time as 10 minutes considering the existing road network system. And according to the BFSCD officials, in times of fire incidents, though the turnout time of the firefighters is only 30 seconds, the team cannot reach the incident spot in due time, basically because of huge traffic congestion on their way to the destination. The Dhaka Transport Coordination Board has found that the average vehicle speed of Dhaka city is 15 kph, which has been considered as the speed of firefighting vehicle. So in the process of service area demarcation, a network data set had been created for the road network data set, having the attribute of road length, average speed, and travel time. And then from this network, the data said the standard service area had been developed for 12 fire stations of DMA for standard response time. And we can see them shown in this graph. And even if we look at the population to staff ratio in the firefighting stations, that is also quite low here in Bangladesh. We have the statistics in these two graphs shown. Sorry, not graphs, tables. So in terms of population to staff ratio, we are understaffed. And we have the numbers shown here for Shadarkhat Fire Station, the Tejgaon Fire Station, and the Mirpur Fire Station. And we also have the population to staff ratios in other countries as well, just to compare and see where Dhaka stands. And it can be seen here that we stand at the bottom of the list. So there's a lot to talk about on fire rescue here in Bangladesh, and there's a lot to develop here. The most important thing is we need to be prepared, and we need to be aware of our lackings. And only when we're aware can we actually take steps or actions to rectify the situation so that we do not lose our loved ones during an emergency or a disaster. So thank you, that's all.